Hey guys, so our latest installment of GeekGear is here, and GeekGear is definitely one of those boxes that I really look forward to getting every month. The quality of the items is really good, the variety of the items is really good, and in general I've just really enjoyed their offerings. Both the original Geek version, which is the GeekGear box, and also their Harry Potter box. So if you're interested in either of those, check out the link down below to see whether or not this is going to be the right fit for you. Do know that this is a UK box, so take that into consideration when you're looking at pricing and shipping to find out if that's going to be the right fit for you. But in general, I find that the stuff that I get from GeekGear is very enjoyable, and I take great pleasure in it. So definitely check it out if this is something that you might be interested in, especially if you are still kind of looking for one of those geek boxes that covers a lot of different fandoms and a lot of different genres, kind of a catch-all. They've been really good about providing a broad variety of items. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this month's GeekGear has to offer. Now, I'm not entirely sure. I think this is intended to be for July. It might be August. I don't really know. I kind of got off with the shipping a little bit. I think this is still intended to be for July. So even though it is now into early August at this point, this might have been something that arrived right at the end of the month. So not entirely sure, but the spoiler booklet when we get to it should let us know which box this was. Alright, so getting into it for this month, and there's our answer. It is the July box, but we're not going to take a look at the rest of this. The theme on this was battle, so the items in there should all be related to battling, or battles, or something along that line. We'll take a look at the rest of the book later. Alright, so first up is our shirt, and it is a black shirt with what looks like a gold design. Oh, nice. And it is a Jack Sparrow Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean, depending on how you pronounce it. Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow, Dead Men Tell No Tales. And this is perfect because I'm going to Disneyland this fall to explore it for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I now have another Disney shirt that I can wear to it. Awesome. Love it. Thank you very much, GeekGear. Alright, next up is their enamel pin. So we had noticed that in the last Harry Potter box that suddenly that there was a custom enamel pin. So it looks like GeekGear is getting in on the pin game. And for the Harry Potter box, it was a pin of Hagrid. So now it looks like we are doing a Game of Thrones edition dire wolf pin. And so on the back, it's got 3 different variations. So there's a classic pin, a silver pin, and a gold pin. And even though the classic on the back does not look like the same as what I got, I don't think I got the gold edition. And the reason I say that is because if you take a look at, it's kind of really hard to tell. GeekGear, you need to do a little bit better job of this. So if you take a look, the classic on the back, it's a silver color, but it's all one solid color. Whereas if you look at the gold edition, it's yellow, but it's in gradients of yellow. So it starts off dark at the bottom, and then it goes up to a brighter yellow. So there's a grade with that. With the one that I got, it is a solid yellow, but it is very definitely yellow. So I'm not entirely sure, but I think I got the classic. Let me know, GeekGear or someone else who's getting this box, which one I got, but I think this is the classic. Anyway, cool pin, do like it. Might need to work on the actual labeling a little bit better. to help with that. So anyway, moving on. We have a, oh, that's kind of cool, except it's kind of not right. Okay. So I have a slightly defective key ring. So this needs to be adjusted. So, but it's kind of neat. It's a one of those lenticular designs. So it's one of those ones that shifts around, and it is of a stormtrooper from Star Wars. The problem is, as you can probably see there, the actual lenticular design, sticker, whatever, plate has slid off of the actual keychain. So I'm going to need to reaffix that because that is not how it's supposed to look. But the item itself is cool. And the keychain itself is pretty heavy. So it's a pretty solid keychain in and of itself. It's just slightly defective at the moment. So we'll need to fix that. Alright, so we have a very heavy Star Wars themed box. So we have something else that's Star Wars, and it looks like it might be an umbrella. A brolly. So right now with our 90-degree weather, this is not something that I need immediately. But again, since I'm going to Disneyland this fall, this might come in handy down there. Okay, so it is an umbrella, and it looks like the print is on the inside of the umbrella, which is interesting. So it has the Star Wars slipcover, and it says Star Wars on the band and on the outside. So it's just a solid black on the outside. And can I do this without actually opening the whole thing? I don't want to really open this all out, but if you can kind of see, the design of it is actually on the inside of the umbrella. So I'm not going to extend this all the way because that's just going to be a pain in the butt, but let me see if hopefully the camera can kind of pick up. The image on the card is showing you what is on the inside of the umbrella. So hopefully that helps. And it looks like it's just kind of a bunch of stormtroopers and other figures battling it out, which is appropriate for a battle-themed box. Alright, so next up we have a bank. And it looks like it is Kylo Ren with his lightsaber. It is kind of a skinny bank with the image wrapping around it. So there you go. And it's got like the little rubber feet on the bottom, and there's the rubber stopper, and then the coin slot is up there. So that's very cool. I have gotten another bank, and I don't think it was this box. I think it was, might have been my my geek box. I'm not entirely sure. But I have gotten another bank that was actually Kylo Ren's mask. And so I'm not sure I'm going to keep this one. What I do like about it is the profile of it. The fact that it's a skinny bank means that it can sit on a bookshelf really easily as opposed to the helmet. So we may or may not keep that. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Alright, next up we have a Game of Thrones journal. And pretty simple lines on the front. And the journal itself is just a map of the territory. And the strap for it. So pretty basic. Next up we have a Pirates of the Caribbean sticker set. We've been getting a lot of these types of stickers in the GeekGear with the different themes each month. So that's cool. And then the last thing that we have in here is a Game of Thrones print. Very cool. And it is an exclusive print. Yay. Alright, so those are all of the battle themed items that GeekGear was going to send to us this time around. Let's take a look at the booklet and see what we have for Battle. It's a thank you page. Of course, they had the pirate t-shirt, the Star Wars umbrella. And so again, here's the image of what's on the inside of the umbrella. That might be better to see than the card itself. Alright, so, and then we have the Game of Thrones Jon Snow print, which is exclusive to the subscriber box. So that's awesome. Thank you very much. We have the Star Wars key ring, and it looks like there were a couple of options with that, and we got the Stormtrooper. So, the slightly askew Stormtrooper. So I'll have to fix that. But then we had the Game of Thrones notebook. And it looks like there are a couple of variations in that one. So we had the map, which is the one that we got. And the other one looks like it is all the different like house sigils. The sticker set, Pirates of the Caribbean vinyl sticker set, and the money bank. The pin. Classic silver and gold. Which one did we get? I don't know. I still think it's supposed to be the classic version, because it's a solid color, but it's yellow and not silver, so maybe it's the gold pin. I don't know. GeekGear, if you're watching this, or if someone who knows which one I got, let me know down below, because I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so the subscriber spotlight in I Love GeekGear winners. Congratulations if you made it into the box. And next month's August theme is retro gaming, so that'll be fun. So, especially considering my retro gaming and somebody else's retro gaming may be entirely different things. When I think retro gaming, I'm thinking back to arcades from when I was a kid, and that's, you know, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Centipede, Tempest, Galactica, Space Invaders. That's retro for me. You ask somebody else retro and they're thinking things like, you know, Super Mario Brothers and Sonic the Hedgehog, which are retro in their own right, but that's not what I think of when I think of retro. So we'll find out which version, or maybe both, will be in the August box. Come back and check that out with me. I, again, really enjoy GeekGear and am continuing with them for at least a little while longer, because I get really cool stuff and I like what I get. So, yay. We'll see you next time. Bye.